Once upon a time, in the town of Obaro, there lived a woman unlike any other. She was stunning, radiant, and so captivating that no one dared to ask where she came from. No one knew her parents. No one knew her past. She had no family, no history, no story, yet the moment men laid eyes on her, they forgot to ask questions. Her name was Amara. And Amara was breathtaking. Her skin glowed like the morning sun, her eyes sparkled like the stars, and when she walked, it seemed as though the wind itself carried her. But her beauty alone was not what enchanted men, it was the beads wrapped around her waist. They jingled softly as she walked, a sound so sweet, so tempting, it made men's hearts beat faster. They didn't understand why, but something about those beads made them feel things they couldn't explain. The men of Obaro whispered about her in hushed voices. Who is she? Where did she come from? But no one had an answer. All they knew was that Amara did not belong to anyone. She was not married. She had no friends. She simply strolled through the marketplace every day, her waist beads singing their quiet, dangerous song. The men wanted her desperately. They followed her with their eyes, fought among themselves for her attention, and spent their riches just to impress her. Amara noticed. She smiled at them, let them talk, let them take her out, let them shower her with wealth. But she had one rule: whenever a man lay with her, she never allowed him to touch or remove her waist beads. Why, they would ask. Amara would simply smile, brushing her fingers against their cheeks and whisper, because it makes me sweeter. The men believed her. They did not question. They did not think twice. For once a man got close to Amara, his mind no longer worked the way it should. And that was their greatest mistake. The first victim, Oba the merchant. Oba was the wealthiest trader in Obaro. His shops overflowed with gold, spices, and fine fabrics from faraway lands. When he spoke, men listened. When he spent, money flowed like a river. But the day he saw Amara, all his riches meant nothing. He courted her with gifts, gold, perfumes, fine clothes, but she refused them all. Oba became restless, unable to sleep or eat. Finally, he went to her himself and begged. Amara smiled and agreed, but under one condition: her beads must remain. That night, Oba lay with her. By morning, a disaster struck. His warehouses burned to ashes. His mansion crumbled in a terrible storm. His wealth, his family, his empire, everything vanished overnight. Within weeks, the once great merchant sat in the dust, begging for food. And Amara walked past him, her beads jingling, her smile untouched. The second victim, King Adiwale. King Adiwale, ruler of Obaro, had everything: wives, servants, warriors, treasures. His word was law, his enemies trembled before him. But when Amara entered the palace courtyard, the king was undone. No gift could sway her. She demanded he come himself. And so, the mighty king humbled himself at her door. That night, he too lay with her under the golden roof of his chambers. Within days, whispers filled the palace: the gods had abandoned him. His chiefs plotted against him, his warriors lost faith, his wealth disappeared, and his people rose against him. King Adiwale fled into the forest with nothing but rags on his back, his crown left in the dust. Amara smiled: another man had fallen. The third victim, Chaik the banker. Chaik was young, blessed by the gods, with wealth, a beautiful wife, and happy children. He had it all until he met Amara. Blinded by desire, he lay with her. The next day, he was accused of stealing millions. His job vanished, his wife left him, his children abandoned him, and his name was ruined. Chaik's perfect life crumbled in just 1 week. And Amara's beads jingled softly as she walked past. The curse of Amara. 17 men had fallen, some lost their riches, some their families, others their sanity. Yet the men of Obaro still chased after her. They saw the ruin of others but whispered to themselves, "It won't happen to me." But then came Bueless. He was different. A man without shame, hardened by life, unafraid of women. Unlike the others, he did not send gifts or beg. He simply watched, waited, and when ready, demanded her. That night, as Amara lay beside him, Bueless noticed the beads. When she refused to remove them, he insisted. When she resisted, he tore them from her waist with his own hands. Amara screamed. Her body convulsed, her beauty twisted, and her voice changed. The truth spilled out: she had once been a poor, hungry girl. Her grandmother, the feared witch, had given her the enchanted beads. Each man she lay with would lose his fortune, his strength, his blessings. 21 men were needed for her power to be complete. Bueless was meant to be the last. But he had broken the beads, and her power was gone forever. The people of Obaro were horrified. They stoned Amara to death, ending her reign of destruction. Yet even in death, peace did not return. The men she ruined remained ruined, their fortunes never restored. The curse had taken more than wealth, it had stolen destinies. And so, her story lived on, whispered to children as a warning, told to men as a lesson. For on quiet nights, when the wind moved gently through the trees, some swore they could still hear it, the faint, haunting sound of waist beads jingling. The people of Obaro learned one bitter truth: not everything that glitters is gold. That was the story of Amara and her cursed waist beads, a tale that reminded us that not everything that glitters is gold. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, share, and subscribe for more powerful African stories. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what lesson you took from this story. Until next time, remember, some charms are better left untouched.